For centuries, Ctesiphon was one of the greatest cities on Earth. But in just a few years, this powerful capital would fall and the world around it would never be the same. Ctesiphon was more than a city. It was the heart of the Sasanian Empire, a center of wealth, power, and royal authority. But behind the empire's magnificent walls was a kingdom exhausted by years of war, political instability, and a struggle for the throne. The Sasanian Empire had spent years fighting the Byzantine Romans. The war drained its armies, its treasury, and its political strength. When the Great War with Byzantium finally ended, Persia had won territory, but victory had come at an enormous cost. Then came the political crisis. Persian rulers rose and fell in rapid succession, while the empire struggled to find stability. In 632 became the last Sasanian king. He inherited an empire that looked powerful from the outside, but was already deeply fragile. Far to the south, Arabia was changing too. A new political and religious power was emerging, and Persia was about to face an enemy unlike any it had known before. Islam had emerged in Arabia, and within a generation, its influence had reached the borders of the Persian world. The first encounters were not yet battles for an empire. They were frontier clashes, and they revealed how quickly the balance of power was changing.
One of the earliest major confrontations was the Battle of Chains, where Muslim forces faced a determined Persian army in Iraq.
The Persian army had one major advantage: discipline, armor, and a battlefield formation designed to withstand a cavalry charge.
The Muslim commander understood that defeating Persia would require more than courage. It would require speed, discipline, and strategy. Instead of attacking the Persian formation head-on, the Muslim cavalry moved with precision, looking for a weakness in the enemy's lines.
The maneuver worked. The Persian formation began to lose its advantage, as the pressure shifted from the front to the sides.
As the Persian line began to collapse, the battlefield changed in an instant. What had looked like an impenetrable formation was suddenly in retreat.
The battle ended with a Muslim victory. But this was only the beginning. The road into the Persian heartland was still ahead. The victory opened the way deeper into Iraq. Ahead stood Ctesiphon, the magnificent capital of the Sasanian Empire. But the road to Ctesiphon was not easy. At the Euphrates, a Muslim army faced a devastating setback at the Battle of the Bridge. The Persian war elephants changed everything. Their sheer size and power frightened the horses and disrupted the Muslim formation. The Muslim army suffered a serious defeat at the bridge. The loss was painful, but it would not stop the advance into Iraq. But defeat did not end the campaign. The Muslims regrouped, rebuilt their strength, and prepared to face the Persian army once again. A new commander would soon lead the Muslim forces, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, one of the most important military leaders of the early Islamic conquests. Persia was not finished. A massive Sasanian army gathered once again, determined to stop the Muslim advance before it reached the heart of the empire. By 636, the two sides were moving toward a confrontation that would decide far more than a single battlefield. Before the battle began, diplomacy came first. The Muslim side sent representatives, offering a choice beyond endless war.
The message was clear: accept a new order, agree to a treaty, or face another battle. The Persian leadership chose confrontation. The negotiations were over. Now, near al-Qadisiyyah, two armies prepared for one of the most consequential battles of the early Islamic conquest.
But the Persians possessed something the Muslims had rarely faced on this scale: a huge force of war elephants, protected by armored soldiers. Then the battle began. The first day tested both armies, but neither side was ready to give way.